Have you ever met a celebrity but acted like you didn't know them? I was working the graveyard shift at a 24-hour gas station in downtown Nashville when everything in my life was falling apart. My band had just broken up after our drummer stole our equipment and disappeared. I was 3 months behind on rent and my girlfriend had moved out 2 weeks earlier, taking everything, including my dog. I was barely scraping by on minimum wage, living off energy drinks and gas station hot dogs, wondering if I should just give up on music and move back home. Around 3 a.m., this woman walked in wearing a baseball cap pulled low and oversized sunglasses, even though it was pitch black outside. She grabbed some snacks and a bottle of water, moving like she didn't want to be seen. When she came to pay, I recognized her immediately. It was Casey Musgraves. This was right after her Grammy sweep, when she was everywhere. She looked exhausted, like she'd been crying. Her hands were shaking as she counted out cash for a pack of tissues and some chocolate. I could have asked for a selfie or gushed about her music, but something about how broken she looked stopped me. Instead, I just rang her up and told her to have a safe night. As she turned to leave, she glanced at my guitar leaning against the wall behind the counter and asked if I played. I told her I used to, but not much anymore. She nodded like she understood and walked out without another word. 20 minutes later, she came back. She set an envelope on the counter and said, "Don't open this until after your shift." Then she left again. Inside was a handwritten note that said, "Music saved my life. Maybe yours can save someone else's," with a business card for her producer and a check for $5,000. But at the bottom, she'd written, "This isn't charity. This is an investment. Don't waste it." I stared at that check until my eyes burned. For the first time in months, I felt like I could breathe. I called the producer the next morning. Turns out she'd already told him about me. He listened to 3 songs I'd recorded on my phone and offered me studio time that same week. 6 months later, I had an EP, a small record deal, and my first radio play. The song that got me signed was one I wrote that night after she left, about strangers who show up exactly when you need them most. I never thanked her personally, but every time I performed that song, I remember the night a superstar saw something in a broken gas station clerk that he couldn't even see in himself.